thing for Axel. Best thing about, or one of the better things about this. And unfortunately, no crazy fanfare, but oh my gosh, we're done. You know, I know how to end this properly. Let's just go back home to the Sky Room. We did it. I'm done. I don't think I'll be that crazy enough to 100% this by trying to craft everything or fight all the monsters available in this game, but I am content with leaving this playthrough at that. So let me go back up to the Sky Room, then just take a breather and kind of appreciate all the little goodies and collectibles that the devs kind of left for us to take a look at. I mean, it'd be a shame to not view them, right? I mean, they're put into the game, they kind of, like, they're little cool figurines and other bits of music, art, a lot of stuff. So let's just give a little shout out to the devs who put the time and thought into just implementing them in the game for a little bit. Just to kind of close things out, because I don't want to just stop the stream right here. I don't want to... How do I want to word this? Like a form of good closure, that's for lack of a better phrase. So once I return, sadly I couldn't get the treasure token stuff because that's a GBA connector feature that doesn't work on Dolphin, if I remember correctly, or I try to get it working because I do have my connector, but I don't know. Oh no, I don't have my connector with me, but I mean, I tried going into my Dolphin settings and inputting my inputting the second control port as the GBA connector to kind of get some extra figures and other goodies out, but I guess it doesn't really work. Oh wait, let me go refresh to full here. I know some things I did for, like, in my previous playthroughs a couple years ago was that I kept repeating the Redips fight over and over and over again until I essentially got, like, 6 or so Super Force Metal fragments. Let me check. You know, I need to know, did Metar come back leveled up? Please, if I want closure with this game, Metar needs to return without getting scrapped. Oh no, it was the different one. Aw, Pararoid. Okay, so sadly I didn't get all of the things here because there's a lot of collectibles and stuff. But oh well. Hey. Nice, they all returned. And with no actual goodies. Okay, Metar. Yeah, one job. It's okay. He's still leveled up. They got their stat bonuses. Metar. God damn. I can't. He is so useless. Why does he die every time? God. Oh my god, to the very end of this game I get memed on with Metar's death. Ay. I have no words for you. You will forever live in the Hall of Shame. Once I stop this playthrough. Okay, let me go to the Sky Room. So, let me just view all the goody extras that I've collected throughout the course of the game. So what do we got here? So a storage cabinet where you can view figure sketches and files. So we got our figure set of part 1 of the game, Shadow's Betrayal in chapter 1. We get a little backbone here. We can zoom in and out. We don't need Shadow thing here. You know, we didn't really see that much with Shadow, to be honest. Kinda wish we had a little more development with him aside from the immediate betrayal from the beginning of the game. I mean, I guess the writers didn't really want us to sympathize with them, with how little screen time he actually got, aside from the betrayal, the reunion, and then the fight, then how could you beat me when I'm powered up, BS. FX here. I have a little cool Epsilon thing with his robe. Oh yeah, the hippo guy. You know, I really don't understand this. Why a hippo thing of all things? Like, aren't there more efficient, like, war machines you can create? I mean, a hippo? And we have the cute little patrol dog here. And what we got here? Bounty hunters. Oh yeah, this sleazy ass Reploid that tried to turn us in for money. We got Ale, who pretty much has no development time, so I really don't give a shit about him, even though he, like, sacrificed us. Like, you can't have a character do a completely selfless sacrifice and not give him additional screen time to build up some form of relation. Like, at least have us, like, travel with them for a couple rooms, have a talk about, like, oh yeah, like, I've been with Chief R for so many years fighting this rebellion. Like, I, like, shed blood, sweat, and tears, or oil and tears, I guess, to try to get things working or whatever. And then, like, we get none of that. It's like, oh, go. You have to get this badge, and then he dies. It's like, okay. And Spider, like, I don't know how I feel about Spider's character. I mean, I guess they kind of went for a cool, mysterious guy, but then, honestly, I don't really know how I feel about Spider. Like, I don't know. Like, in terms of gameplay, he really wasn't that useful. Like, sure, his yeah, I honestly don't have anything good to say about him gameplay wise. Like, his main attacks are kind of crappy. Like, you have RNG effects, or maybe just like you have to build up your weapon energy to 75% to trigger them gimmick, which is really bothersome because I like using his action trigger. And then we get to his action trigger, which is the five card poker hand thing, and it's again pure RNG. Kind of goes with his gambler theme, but its usefulness is not really that good because other characters can get out more consistent, like, big burst damage. And in terms of story, like, okay, like, they subtly drop a lot of hints on Spider's character. Because if you look back at every single cutscene we talked with Redips, like, now that we know that Spider is Redips, it makes sense that Spider was missing from the picture every time. Because every single time we talk with Redips and then cancel the communications, Spider conveniently comes back and says, "Yo, what I missed?" He's like, "Spider, where were you? We were just talking about the debriefing. You had to listen in on this." I was like, "Yeah, just fill me in on whatever," or just he kind of like glosses over it. So it puts more shade on him because, like, he's just never there until, like, those awkward moments. And then we had chapter 6 where, like, we met with Axel, who showed off his shape-shifting ability. But then we return back to base and find that there's a shape-shifting light going off in the corner of Central Tower. And then lo and behold, we get Spider, who just pops out. So that's like another bomb or like obvious hint bomb they drop at us. Or there's more than meets the eye with Spider. And then we get to chapter 7, or no, what was chapter 8, I believe? Yeah, where it's like, or after he, well, selflessly committed suicide, we get the whole Incentus, like, a suicide, and from what I'm assuming, he immediately went to stealth mode after his sacrifice, and then just kind of patiently waited it out for him to just wait for everyone to move away, so he can just do his own investigation on finding out what Super Force Metal is and kind of just trying to advance his own agenda now that he had the power of Super Force Metal. Django, he's just kind of average. I don't really know how I feel about this guy. Steve R, yeah, now I think about it, his character is rather bland. Like, we do have like the previous stuff that kind of just talks about like, oh yeah, like he's been helping us out for years, blah blah blah, good work with your help. Yeah, he honestly doesn't really do much of anything in the story. So let's see, Massimo's Val. Massimo, he had his character arc. I mean, he had a shy, timid warrior who inherits his master's armor and legacy. So that's kind of a heavy burden to put on him. So kind of glad to see his character grow. So I don't really mind Massimo that much as a character. Nana, she still kind of seems like a somewhat blandish, kind of like a big sister-like figure, because like every time she sends us out, she does get a little bit worried. So like she's kind of like the protective mother or big sister figure, I guess, but we don't really get much development aside from her being held up hostage and then just her sending us off every time. It's kind of whatever. So Horn's piece of shit. Dr. Psyche, I don't know how I feel about... Oh, wait, I'm missing one figure here. Oh, no. Oh, whatever. Dr. Psyche, he's kind of a weird guy. I guess it's not really much important reason to go into his backstory. Barano and Cinnamon. I don't really know what to think about these characters in terms of... I kind of like the theme going on here, like the whole like petty thief, but I mean, kind of petty thief wears nothing but bright pink or hot pink. I mean, if you want to be a thief, like you gotta be more stealthy than that, right? And I don't know, like I guess she has a good heart deep inside as a thief, but I don't know. Cinnamon. She's a damn good character, gameplay-wise. I mean, she's a beast. But in terms of actual story, I don't know. Like, I guess like they went for the initial like acts like a baby kind of thing because she was basically created from scratch by Godil as a force metal generator. But then I guess in a way she's just created, and I guess her knowledge is limited kind of like a little kid, but I don't know, like I'm personally that was pretty weird. I'm not a fan of Cinnamon's character, especially with how annoying her voice is, to be honest. I get it that she is supposed to be the like kind of like the little kid baby figure in terms of how she's being portrayed, but little kid voices kind of annoy me unless they're not like super bratty or like not bratty, but I don't know what that word I'm looking for is. Godil, yeah, like there's not really much done with this character, I guess, to be honest. Because there's the whole like I'm not gonna build machines for war, but then I end up helping your cause, and then I never really understood why a duck Reploid, why is he even designed like a duck? Man, that's my question. Why is he designed after like a duck or I guess beaver? And why did he make a humanish or humanoid Reploid like Cinnamon, and while also building the force metal generator? Like I said earlier, like does he just want some kind of daughter to look after and become like a father figure while he does his research? Like, you would think that with a force metal generator, like a device that powerful, why would you basically create a person out of one? I don't know. And then chapter 5 we get Axel. You know, not much in development here, to be honest. Like, honestly, this entire game, like, the only reason why he's here, he was just passing through. And then it's like, yo, X, Zero, what are you guys doing here? Yo, let's pair up again, we got the team back. And then, not much else aside from, like, yo, we gotta do our job as Maverick Hunt. Like, he feels too much by the books, I guess. Because, like, in a lot of cutscenes, if I remember correctly, like, wasn't he always like, yo, like, come on, like, we gotta go defeat these Mavericks or do our jobs or, like, go fight this, fight that. Similar to Zero's mindset. Like, I mean, like, he kind of acts like super friendly, I guess, but I guess we don't get much screen time with Axel and his development with other characters. Or I guess I don't really see. Or now that I think about it, none of the other characters have little filler scenes of their own, like, you know, kind of like the Tales of, was it Exilia? Kind of like, I think it was Tales of Exilia or Symphonia with that one goddess chick who lost her powers. Like, or I guess in any Tales of the game, like, I kind of wish there was side banter so we could kind of see, like, people, like, all the party members kind of picking on each other, or maybe just like, yo, what'd you do, like, for a living, or how'd you meet up, or, you know, I would really love to see, like, more side banter options in a Tales of style kind of thing. Mount Gentra, you know, I think with the first 4 bosses, I don't think we're supposed to get much development with them. Spider's End, Zero is back. I'm not sure how I feel about Zero's place in this story. I mean, I guess it's understandable how he felt really paranoid with the rest of the party and just left. But I'm not sure if I dig the whole lone wolf thing, because come on, you stuck with Zero through and through, or stuck with X through and through, and then all of a sudden he just like, yo, we got betrayed once, I ain't gonna work with your friends until you get rid of them. And then the whole spider incident, I don't know, I'm not a fan of that kind of development, but I guess that's part of Zero's personality and development, because I guess he was betrayed by his partner and he only wants to work with people he absolutely trusts. I don't know, like, it really sucks, like, having him MIA for a majority of the game. And sorry if you heard the little click, I'm kind of playing around with the little compass on the side. But, yeah, I don't dig the whole lone wolf, I only go with the only people I know kind of thing. Incentus, yeah, we don't really get much development with them. Super Force Metal. Yeah, you know, Botos is, like, the most useless piece of crap I've ever seen in terms of bosses. Like, I know these guys, like, have their own things, like, Incentus went to trap us, Mach Gentra was trying to develop the Prion army, Dr. Psyche is trying to steal Cinnamon to create Force Metal, and I would assume Super Force Metal. I think Silverhorn meant to steal Nana. Okay, so Silverhorn meant to steal Nana for intelligence purposes, I believe. And then Django, I think, just controlled the tower to suppress the resistance. So actually, they got a lot of their bases covered in terms of their actions, but oh, I guess I'm kind of asking for a lot for extra development time, because, you know, there is a size and budget to how much you can go into this. But Botos, I mean, what's the point of him being here? Like, was it just to impede X and company? Was he guarding something else entirely, or? Because, like, all he really was just a joke. It's like, yo, let me fight you and summon my little obit enemies and sing you a song of my people, and then die to Spider in 2 chapters. because I wanted to be the big bad, like, oh, I get all the Super Force Metal to myself and I become God. Yeah, I don't know. Like, he just came up out of nowhere and didn't feel like he had a place, and then he just died out of nowhere. Rightfully so, out of place, because spiders, like, law gotta advance my agenda now in the background. Oh, I'm not sure how I feel about having Spider, like, just pop up like that. Like, honestly, I kinda wish they were more subtle with, Spider's appearance during that time in Chapter 9 or 8. Like, when Botos was going in, like, maybe, like, there could have been a hidden sneak attack on Botos. Like, here's how I think it might have played out, or I guess a different way. Okay, so Botos is trying to get the Super Force Metal from the Warhead. And then, all of a sudden, like, just to keep the mystery of Spider being the betrayer, or kind of like, some force hidden behind the scenes, like, have him, like, secretly toss out, like, either a card or just deal damage. Like, you don't have to show the card. Like, you just need to show, like, explosions on Botos. It's like, then Botos would be like, wait, enemy, where are you? And then it'll play on Spider's stealth mode that he kind of got, that we knew from Marino's little background talk. Because remember, Marino said that Spider went to a research facility of some sort to get a shape-shifting ability similar to Axel's. So it would have made sense if Spider would have kept into stealth mode, and obviously if you're playing on the whole hyper mode stats thing in terms of story, then, you know, in stealth mode he'd have increased power, he'd cripple Botos, and Botos would be panicking. He'd be like, wait, what's hitting me? It's like, where are you? Who are you? And then maybe Spider can do some kind of voice changer thing with his thing, because think about it, if we know that it'll give away what who Spider would be in that cutscene if he just went with his regular voice, or if we threw out his playing cards. But if we kept this projectile invisible, or yet made it different with his shapeshifting ability and morphed his voice, then we would have had, like, wait, who would have done this or that, you know? Or maybe after he kills Botos, he leaves a calling card, or yeah, maybe he doesn't want to leave a sign. That would be kind of unprofessional and reckless of him. But, like, maybe it could have been examined, like, oh, Botos was killed with, like, these thinly sliced holes into his stomach or face that would kind of depict, like, as thin as playing cards. And then X and everyone would be like, wait, what kind of weapon would be, like, thinly sliced, like, playing cards, and, like, or something like that. So then they at least have, like, some questions to go off of. Because, or I don't know. Like, I think they could have handled that story better instead of, giving away Spider from the get-go. And then when we had that final showdown with Redips in the 10th chapter, then we could have had, like, maybe an evil villain monologue of how, like, how he went to stealth after Incentus, did his own little investigation, or tailing everyone to find Botos and Ferrum, and probably construe a plot to kill both of them, steal the Super Force Metal, and then, you know, do his whole thing. Like, I would've dug that cutscene. Like, if you're gonna have a backstabber villain who is working behind the scenes, he deserves, like, a monologue that would go, like, past his entire, like, plan throughout the game. Because from the very beginning, we were in contact with Redips. So then it's like, oh, we need to quell the rebellion army, and we've had word that they've achieved some superpower of some sort. So obviously he wants to have his hand in that, but he needs to send Maverick Hunters to do his bidding. And then, just to kind of guide X and Co along, Redips comes in as Spider. And then, you know, he kind of goes, like, through each chapter, and so on and so forth. The Incentus fight, I went to stealth mode, and basically did my own thing while you guys thought I was dead. And then I was kind of tailing you guys or doing investigation of my own. And then during the Melda ore plant facility thing, it's like, oh, like after you dealt with those guys, I planned on secretly stealing their keys for the warhead. And then, you know, kind of going into the whole thing here. And then showdown. You know, I felt that would have been a lot more appropriate. But I guess we can't have that. And then I guess in chapter 8 we have Ferrum. Like, yeah, I kind of like Ferrum. Like, okay, I guess I have a thing for sadistic characters. I mean, like the fact that I like Plutia a lot. What was it? What's her name? There are a bunch of other sadistic characters that I like from animes. So, I guess I'm a fan of Ferrum, especially with the electric whip going on there too. But like, I kind of wish that she didn't die off so easily. Like, we fought her once. We like didn't really see her much again because Botos ripped out her chest for the warhead key, and then we didn't really see her after that. And then just out of nowhere, like story-wise, she just pops up on Redips, pulls off the Super Force thing on the shoulder, and to be honest, like, Redips screwed himself over when he shot off his own Super Force Metal regen ability. So, I don't know what's going on with that. Like, there's no explanation. And then, after the whole Redips fight, she just kind of sends herself off and commits suicide with the Super Force Metal to make sure that no one else in the world touches it. Like, we don't get any background, monologue, we don't get any, like, flashback sequences to, like, oh, while I was still barely recovering after Botos ripped out my insides, then I found, like, something to quickly repair me, I was tailing you guys, or I want to get revenge on, like, whoever, or something, like, at least, like, they didn't go into anything and just had her appear out of nowhere. Like, they could have done more. But most importantly, like, she finally had her change of heart because, like, you know, she's fought with the rebellion, she wanted to stick with them through and through, but then she got betrayed by Botos, and then Epsilon's dead, so the rebellion is kind of gone, so maybe could have had a monologue with her saying, like, no, like, the rebellion's dead, like, what do I do? And then she might want to, like, she might have a grudge against Redips, understandably. Like, maybe not against X and the others, because, you know, they kind of had to fight in a way. It's kind of like the we're fated to fight kind of mindset. But then, you know, the main instigator was Redips ordering all these attacks on the rebellion. So maybe we could have had, like, some kind of, like, a grudge, revenge plot going on with, like, her backstory, or I guess her motivations, I mean. And then, like, although this, I'm just speaking about all this because I kind of really want Ferrum as a team partner, or as a team member. If there would have been ever a Command Mission 2 and a change in the story, I really wish Ferrum would have just mysteriously disappeared, so that for story reasons we could have gotten her as, like, at least, like, a recurring character, because I just really like her. Oh well, but I guess, like, she had a change of heart. Like, she doesn't have a place in her world anymore, to be honest. Like, in terms of, like, the way the law works or whatever, that, or maybe X would have given her, like, a slap on the wrist and a free pass. But if not, like, she has no place to go back to, because her home was with the rebellion and changing the world, but her leader and organization were all taken apart by Redips and X and everyone. And once she saw Redips go insane, then, you know, I guess she must have thought it was her fault that, like, you know, Super Force Metal did this, even though we wanted to use Super Force Metal to change the world. The few individuals that are mad enough to try to control all this power and take over the world. Like, I guess if they kind of had some cutscenes talking about that, it would have been understandable. It's like, no one else should use this, I need to destroy this, and if I bring it back down there, it would just be liable for some maverick or some person to steal this and manipulate it to their own need, because the rebellion can't use it anymore for the revolution because, well, they're dead. So the only other people that would want the Super Force Medal would be just people who would want that power and to use it for evil deeds instead of changing the world to, change the world for whatever ideals the rebellion initially had. So, like, overall, like, there could have been much more that went into Ferrum's development, but then she just kind of just went off to the wayside and then just reappeared out of nowhere. So, like, I know I love this game so much, but there could be so much more done with the story that would make me love it even more. And then Epsilon, I mean, I guess Epsilon, we kind of got his backstory, and I kind of talked about it earlier. Like, he wanted to change the world, and then I kind of have my own, like, fan theory or whatever. You know, like humans suppressing Reploids or keeping them down, not equal rights, and it's like, we need to make a stand in the world, and with the power of Super Force Medal, you know, they can acknowledge us in the world as our own people. Because you know, like, we haven't seen a single actual human in this game. They're all Reploids. So if we had, like, actual humans, like, and had a whole, like, politics drama thing going on, you know, Reploid suppression, and, like, they're just painting us as, like, societal servants. Like, we need to establish ourselves in the world. And I would have dug that. But then we just got this blank, like, oh, we need to change the world for our own ideals with the power of Super Force Medal. But it's like, is there anyone else keeping you down that would justify this rebellion? Like, you know, like, there's no, like, build-up or backstory for that, so I don't know how I feel about that. Scarface, aside from a name reference to the movie Scarface, he's like the overly loyal bodyguard, and he's like an honorable dueler. I dig things like that, but like, that's all there is to him. He's just an honorable dueler, a loyal bodyguard to the very end, as we've seen with his protection of Epsilon, and that's it. Like, they could have done so much more. Yeah, and I am really sounding like a broken record, like, with the could do so much more thing. But yeah, like, what else is there to say about Scarface? Loyal bodyguard, honorable dueler, or duelist, I mean. And yeah, the dual blades are kind of cool. That's like all I gotta say is like, oh, his dual blades are kind of cool. And I kind of went to my whole spiel about Redips and everything. And I feel like Capcom pulled a Persona or SMT on us with the whole, like, oh yeah, you're gonna have to refight this guy, and then, boom, you're fighting God. I don't mind a boss, like, kind of looking like some godly figure and all. Like, it's kind of fitting in a way. Like, you can't just have a boss fight like that's as simple as boring little Redips here. I mean, what, he has little shock batons and, well, that's it. Like, if this thing was the final boss, that'd be so anticlimactic. Oh, and yeah, like, earlier in Chapter 10, when it killed Chief R out of nowhere, like, I guess they had to just drop the bomb on us with the whole, like, oh, X and everyone are Mavericks, but... Or, I guess they were going for the shock value, but... I don't know, like, when Chief R died, like... I didn't really feel much for him, because like I said, there's not much development that went into Chief R, so there's like a lot of characters that I don't really give a damn about, which is a shame, because the Megaman X world has so much left to unveil, or, well, theoretically, but we're not gonna see that ever again. I know, I think these are the treasure token figures that I'm missing out on. And then we got the Prions. Oh yeah, we are missing out on a lot of figure token stuff, huh? And then we got the passive collection. I don't believe you can actually get these until you actually get like a strategy guide or something, because there's no way you can actually know these numbers. So I guess that's one way for Capcom to make more sales, or other companies, by making these strategy guides. Wow, there are a lot of unknowns here, huh? Interesting. Then we kind of have, oh my god, I know I said I wanted to appreciate all the goodie extras, but god damn, there's like so much here. Yeah, wait, what is this? Oh, wait. Have we ever seen this thing beyond the opening sequence of Mega Man X Command Mission? Like, we saw these little beetle guys. Oh wait, these guys teleporters? Oh, I don't remember. Oh, we don't really see these things past the opening sequence. Then, I guess we have the concept art for X's badass red scarf. And, oh, did I not unlock these? Oh, so that's what I was missing from my deployment centers. Oh, I guess these are the different iterations for X's weapons. So we have the Guard Buster with the thing in like the center left a little bit. We had, I believe, the Gatling Buster, I believe, on the top center. Scope Buster on the bottom right. I'm not sure what the other ones are. Are those the Elemental Busters on the top right, top left, bottom left? Because if so, I never use them. The one on the bottom center looks familiar to me. What is this? Is that one of the Limit Busters or something, I believe? I don't remember. Oh wait, I guess the little tube is the little tube that feeds into the charger there. That's interesting design. And then you have all these different Zero weapons. You have the Soul Saber, you have the Red Lotus one, which is pretty badass, and Glass Cannon is all hell. You had the Demon Saber, the Rei Ichimonji. Then you have the Z Rapier, which is a fantastic weapon, if I might add. And then you have the other weapons, which I neglected. Who are these? Oh, Cinnamon's weapons. So, oh yeah, she has her boxer gloves. Oh, I think the thing on the top right is her divine hand. I guess, like, yeah, that kind of goes with the little divine theme. Like, you have like a little, like, mystic looking, like, floating eyeball. And then you have the little fun Pico hammer hands, the drill hands. Some nasty looking syringe things to stab into people. Compa, anyone? Let's see, Massimo. Yeah, like these are. Wait, where does he get the Dragon Lance? Oh, is that his Beast Lance? Oh, that must be it. Then you have his Interceptor on the center, the Protect Lance on the second to the left of the top center, or top left. I'm not sure what the other one is on the top, very top left. I don't know that one. The Reaper thing, I don't know. Yeah, I don't really know these other ones. I guess I haven't really used them. Then we have, is this concept art for a Shadow? Yeah, that must be it. That Wicked Smile, the little saber hand. Oh, this must be initial sketching for Silverhorn. Oh, I guess they were playing on the whole Silverhorn turtle thing with, like, you know, his actual silver horn. Yeah, that was an odd design. Not sure how I feel about that. Oh, yo, wait, Dr. Psyche? Yo, wait, this looks pretty badass. I wouldn't mind facing against this. Although, in practicality, this doesn't make sense because you have, like, all those extra robot legs and thunder rod things popping out, but then you can just shoot his body in the center. Like, what's stopping you? Unless those little shoulder mounts on the sides are like a force field, then I guess like thematically I would understand, you know, force fields protect the body as he shoots lasers from his other glowing orbs. And I guess we have Prion and NPC design. I did not unlock this. Wait, Ferrum? Wait, this is supposed to be Ferrum? Or Mach Gentra? Oh wait, no, this must be Ferrum and Mach Gentra, but then they decided to split them because you have Mach Gentra's like eagle kind of looking face and arms, and then you have Ferrum's like floaty bird aspect of her design. Interesting. So they originally thought of them as one character? Although that does look pretty awkward. Like you have like a feminine body, but then ego head. Like, yeah, I guess I can see why they split it. That does look out of place. Then Nana, looks like she's stuck in VR hell or VR heaven in some kind of H game or something. Like she's just kind of lazing there. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh yeah, this is when she was being held captive by Silverhorn. Is this the initial... Oh, the initial concept of Redips. Oh, he has his own little toucan? Oh, I would've loved to see that. Although, I guess with how Redips' character was portrayed, I guess it doesn't really make sense to have a toucan. It's more fit for, like, some kind of pirate character. Oh, wait. Oh man, if there was a Command Mission 2, I would love to have a chapter with Sky Pirates. Yo, like this concept art writes itself. I would love to see a Sky Pirates chapter. A toucan. Yo, like look at this. Like this is just asking to have Sky Pirates in your game. Like, oh my god, that would be so cool. Oh, well. Hey, good deal. You know, I really wish this was translated into English. I can't read any of this. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about Gooddeal's character. Cinnamon? Oh yeah, I guess, I didn't really think about it, but, I guess they really designed her to be some kind of angel because, you know, her party healing. The fact that her hair on the top right of the screen is shaped as some kind of like angel, because you know the little angel wings on the side, the little pointy feet on the bottom with the little like point on the down center of it at the end of her hair, and her head, or her head itself resembles the head of the angel. You know, interesting. I wish they didn't make her too young personality-wise. Like she kind of acts like an 8-year-old, and I kind of wish she was a little bit older than that, like maybe like a really young teenager who, like a sheltered teenager rather than like a young kid, you know? And then Ao, who I don't give a crap about, like I don't have any more words. Marino, why they make her or give her such a sexy body for a rep point? I don't understand. Like she has like a great bust. She has like that skin suit looking thing, a skin suit look going on for her. Like I mean, look at the top right of the screen. She has her own booty shot. Like in practical and for all practical reasons, like. I don't think you will want to have a chest that large if you want to be more nimble and if you want to crawl through smaller spaces. Otherwise, you're gonna have to go have those awkward moments of like, oh, I'm gonna need to find another way around, you know? Narrow staring. But yeah, and also someone tell me why she has jiggle physics. She's a goddamn machine. Why make her chest synthetic and, well, bouncy? Not that I personally mind in terms of fan service, but again, like, and think about it. This is early, like, back, like, several years ago. You could have gotten away with not implementing jiggle physics because she's a machine. So it would have made sense that her chest being made of metal doesn't look like it jiggles. That, or maybe it doesn't actually jiggle, and I'm thinking about this wrong with shadows. Because maybe the shadows itself in the lighting gives me that illusion of bounciness, which is kind of clever shading on their part. If that's the case, that would be really clever use of shading. If that can give the false illusion of jiggle physics. You know, that actually sounds kind of clever now that the more I think about this. The D-Rex. Yeah, this kind of reminds me of the gecko from, or a tiny bit of the gecko from Metal Gear Solid 4 now that I think about it. Piranha fishies, Doberman. You know, it's kind of cool how they go for all these different animals. Now that I think about it, you got your Rex enemy, piranhas, like Doberman, like dog fighters, little rabbits that just jump kick the crap out of you, like killer mantis. Oh, I guess that's kind of why they went with the hippo, because you know you needed a big bulky boss. It's like, what's a big bulky animal? It's like, hippo? Gotcha. Oh, I guess although I guess that's why I shouldn't have been complaining about the hippo boss, because we had so many animal-based enemies. Why not an animal-based boss? Anyway, we had these little flying, annoying dragonflies that soup up your enemies. Then the little prion dogs. Oh, what? I would have loved the other designs. Look at the ones on the bottom left. Oh, I would have loved that. Oh, wait. Oh, I am dumb. This whole time. Like, you know, let me get my mouse capture real quick. Oh, wait. What'd I do? Oh, crap. Wait, I just destroyed my capture. Hold on. There we go. Can you see my mouse, actually? Oh, no, you can't see my mouse because I disabled it on Dolphin. Hold on, let me go fiddle around with that real quick. Interface. No, not that. Configure? Hold on, is there a thing I can do for enabling my mouse cursor on here? 1 second. Graphics settings, hide mouse cursor. There you go. Like, I didn't notice that this was the actual head. I know this sounds dumb, but bear with me. I thought this entire time that these little protrusions out here were the eyes, and this little thing here was the mouth. I never noticed the head up here. Oh my god, I feel so dumb. Oh my god. I never noticed that this was the head the entire time. I've always thought like these are like dogs. I knew these were like dogs, but I thought they would be like differently shaped to kind of like, you know, provide some kind of different some different thing than, you know, the standard animals that we've been getting here, right? So I thought these were the eyes, this is the mouth. I have no idea what. I'm turning into cheer now. I'm not turning into that much, am I? Oh yeah, wait. Oh yeah, I never really understood why, you know, Dr. Psyche's boss fight such an annoying design. Like, there's no way to forcibly peel off his visor unless you just wait it out. Because otherwise you always trigger automatic counters. Dr. Psyche himself, we don't really see much else in his first form, so it's kind of whatever. See, Axel, we get his different expressions, that's kind of nice. Redip's guards, we don't really see much of them, it's kind of whatever. They look more like assassin type guys more than bodyguards, now that I think about it. I mean... Although I guess those little brass knuckle daggers seem kind of cool. Like, you have little ice... Like, you kind of have like little ice pick grip along with brass knuckles in case you can't get a stab in or like a little slice. Botos, what a joke of a character. Pharaoh. Like, she's pretty waifu material. I mean, she looks damn beautiful. Just wish they would have done more with her, but yeah, I really like her design. More so that she looks like more of a beautiful woman than like her other parts of her character with the whole wings and stuff going on. Scarface, he was designed to be taller than your average Reploid, or I guess X. Redips. Oh, was he designed to be more like the other Colonel from X4 and stuff, with like the whole swordplay with? Oh no, wait, he showed us his rapier thing earlier. Never mind. But I guess the Colonel is similar with the sword. I guess they wanted to reference. I may have thinking too deeply into that. Shadow, whatever. Oh yeah, the original Massimo. You know, was he ever intended to be his own character, or did they just decide to go for the apprentice torch passing plotline from the start? And so how cool would this have been over here? We would have got like a little like lizard, like armored lizard get up here, like yeah, like fist and like little rapier thing. That would have been pretty cool. Oh, this must have been other concept art from Marino. Interesting. Okay. I kind of love how they put these little like bolts on her breast here. Like, god damn it. I don't. You really need to go that far to make a fake nipples like that. It's like, it's kind of. Oh, I guess it might have looked out of place without it, huh? Or I don't know. I guess it depends on how you draw out like the chest area. Now that I think about it, but it's just so weird. Oh, wait, and more concept art from Marino? Oh, actually, it would have been orange with their own dagger. Huh. I swear, like, her breast must be enlarging with every passing. Like, look at this, like, modest breast size, and then here you got, like... like, how does her back not, like, feel like it's breaking? But anyways, and I guess I've talked too much about breasts at this point. Evil looking Epsilon here. Then we get the God Redips here. Because Japan? Yeah, I guess so. Oh yeah, wait, the Death Dragoon. What was the point of this guy, aside from just adding a boss? Cause he is extremely useless. Like, the only reason that he's here is to just, like, add a couple more minutes of gameplay to this game, which I don't mind as a challenge mode, but as part of the main story, like, all he does was like, oh, you must be the Maverick Hunters I've been told to keep at bay, It's like, I've been waiting to fight you. Because, or I don't know, like, that's just it to his character. And he's just some weird guy riding on the fish. Oh, Ninetails. Oh, I guess this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, yeah, that is the full Ninetails. F this design. Like, who thought it would be a good idea to basically give him near full health regen every single time? Although I guess if people did have a tough time or easy time with the game, this is like the last like Rio challenge or the last FU card that they would have pulled on you to keep you playing a little bit longer. Then you have the little cool command center here. Kind of a nice overview, to be honest. What's this place? I have no idea what this place is supposed to be. Oh, are these the designs into the heliport on the roof? Maybe. Oh, and this is the Silverhorn Battle Arena. Oh, is more Tiana Camp stuff? Oh, were they thinking about... No, wait, is this Tiana Camp? Oh, yeah, this is Tiana Camp because of these little laser things or sensors on the side here. Yeah. So they were originally experimenting with laser gates? Interesting. And then this is the central room with... Where is this? I guess this must not have been used. Or was this the central 3-door area that I found in Tiana Camp? You know, like this little thing in the center? I remember this little landmark here. Huh. Oh yeah, wait, this... No, I guess they must have ditched part of the room in this design. What was this? Oh, is this the restoration bay? Oh, no, this is the prison cell with the bed. Oh yeah, because POW camp, right. And what's this? Oh, Godil laboratory elevators. Yeah, like the entire laboratory was designed around a forest. Interesting. You know, I kind of appreciate that they kind of force these different locales. Because I guess when you think about it, a lot of these facilities would have ended up just looking like this and have like kind of boring, clean facilities. But then they kind of went out of their way. The artists went out of their way to provide different locales and stuff like forest areas, a water camp, like a set of ruins. Like, this is pretty neat. And then we go into the Olfat factory, which could have been like your box standard factory, but no. And we need magma to kind of give it that extra bit of heat and kind of flair to like the design, which is pretty cool. And then I guess is the pipeline. No, this is the give me all the mines, right? Huh. Oh, right, this is the... Oh, this is the desert with the shortcut. What's this place? This is the Melda ore plant. I'm not sure what else I have to say about this design. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about the Melda ore... Oh, whoops. Oh, did I skip back too far? Oh, whoops, I did. Not sure how I feel about the Melda ore, like, dungeon overall. Because to be honest, like, they just had you running around and then you take snapshots of different angles of the missile. Like, there's no active, like, gimmick. Because if we look back at the, what was it? The Gimiala Desert, you had the laser puzzles, which is simplistic, but, you know, something cool to do. With Godil's laboratory, you had the Eternal Maze, which is, like, a thing in of itself. And then, let me see. Yeah, the OFAD factory. And because it's a factory setting, you have like conveyor belts to, well, thematically move goods around. And we kind of had to navigate as a little maze. Pretty cool design. But then we get to here and it's like, oh, walk around, take pictures, get trolled by Botos, and then fight Ferrum, and then, I don't know. Where was this place? Oh, right, Epsilon's, tower. I don't know what the proper name was, but this is Epsilon's tower. Oh, yeah, the revolving door thing. You know, I kind of like the revolving door thing, although I kind of wish they indicated better which room you actually... actually, no, I guess you gotta get a good feel for it. I guess, like, puzzles shouldn't tell you everything. You know, I kind of like this little puzzle. That and, in a way, I kind of like the alarm system, but I hate it because of how fast it resets. What's this thing? Oh, wait, was this the initial design for the, boss gauntlets? Or the boss rushes? Oh, yeah, this has a similar look to the, central, or the, training barracks that we went into. And then, we had the ruins of Giga City, or what is Giga City? Or are these the outskirts? Yeah, like, kind of run down. What is this? Was this the Tower of Babel thing, or is this like some kind of enemy? I don't know what this is. Is this the OFAT factory, place where he first reunited with Zero? Maybe. I don't know. And what's this? Oh, this is the throne for Redips before he transformed. Ah, yeah. You know, I kind of wish that, in terms of the cutscenes, they would have showed us, like, him getting into a seat, and then X and Axel will, like, uselessly, or not uselessly, my vocabulary is garbage, like, they would have tried to constantly shoot at Redips as he was, like, moving on to this throne, but then, you know, have, like, maybe some kind of BS super force metal force field to kind of protect him, like, to kind of play on that additional power he was making use of. But then they just kind of showed him there, you know, like when you chase Redips, you're just there. So, he's just there, so there's no, like, build up. They just kind of let loose and it's like, there you go. Alright, so what's this place? So, what does it look like? Was this one of the final rooms in Epsilon's tower? Or is this supposed to be like a different looking command center for where Redips was commanding from? Or is this supposed to be Central Tower, but a prototype? Nice hexagons in the back there. A fortress? This looks like some kind of design for an underground fortress. And then we get a little nice thing of Central Tower here. Kinda, you know, it'd be kind of cool to live in Central Tower. I mean, you get a great view of the sky. You have access to like a bunch of shops, and I don't know about the rest of Central Tower, but it seems like a decent place. Oh right, oh yeah. If in case you ever got back into the game super late or wanted backstory. Oh yeah. Here's the thing I was talking about backstory. Like, no one in their right mind would go into the sky room to look back for the goodies because they just want to get through the game, right? But here, they talk about the whole justification and like backstory of like the events of this game. So in 22XX, we discovered force metal, which is farmed in the Pacific Ocean. And then to mine it, you know, which revolutionized Reploid engineering, a man-made island of Giga City was constructed. Then, you know, one day people went berserk. The government deemed Reploid's Maverick, deployed to Giga City, and hence X, Zero, and Shadow were deployed, right? Yeah. You know, like, they at least went into something here. Like, Force Metal, like, obviously, like, from Super Force Metal and Cinnamon being a Force Metal generator, Force Metal is something integral, like, to the story, but they never explain, like, the aspects of Force Metal, like, we know Force Metal, like, makes people strong or does augments them, but they don't explain it aside from Super Force Metal being the super energizer item. But, you know, like I could have dug, like, a 10-minute prologue or 5-minute prologue of, like, in the year 22XX, the mysterious mineral Force Metal is discovered from the remains of a meteor which landed in the Pacific Ocean. And, you know, you could have, like, shown, like, Advanced Wars Days of Ruin-esque opening image of, like, a giant metallic meteor crashing into the Pacific Ocean, and then, you know, have, like, huge explosion, surrounding environments who happen to be around the Pacific Ocean at that point of impact. Like they could have been, like, much more that went into that backstory. And then, I guess this kind of goes into the whole, like, current story here. You know, is there anything here that wasn't discussed on the main story? Let's see, Nana. Let me see, is there anything else that would have been, let's see, Godil, sharing the preparation. Let's see, Marino, the thief, Dr. Psyche. So, precious female Reploid, greatest creation. Marina, who had stolen her, agrees to help. Cinnamon no longer to be a burden. Inspires Godil. She makes me friends. Yeah, wait, is there anything here that might have detailed things I wouldn't have picked up otherwise? X a new ally, transmitter, restore, contact Red, Zero could be alive. Yeah, I guess we already heard a lot of these. See, Axel. Oh yeah, Axel did say he came back to. Oh yeah, I think during X7 or X8, that was still a mystery behind Axel's backstory. Because I haven't played those games myself, but I read a little bit in the Megaman wiki that Axel himself doesn't really know much about, like, his own personal abilities. So I guess, was this before X8 but after 7? So let's see, they're reuniting. Just, god damn it. Can we just stop with the whole anime meaning of friendship BS? Like, like, can I, if I want to see meaning of friendship, like, I go watch any shonen anime. Like, honestly, just get the power of friendship out of my X games. Although I guess, like, with X, he is the embodiment of a shonen protagonist. Because he absorbs more powers as he goes, as he forges bonds and connects with everyone, like social link style a la Persona or something. I mean, I guess, I don't know. Yeah, I guess there's not real much here. Oh wait, actually, what are these other files that I missed out? Oh, Oh, I was talking about the whole background story, but then the very first file talks about the origin of Force Metal. So what was this? In the year 20XX, the meteor landed Pacific Ocean, fragments with Force Metal. Does not exist on Earth and strengthens Reploids to amplify their intellect pulses. So it just makes them stronger and smarter overall? Building a Giga City. Oh god, it is getting really late. Power Friendship is this fairy tale. I never actually watched that, but I see a lot of fan art. So let's see, the government was intrigued. I never really looked into the lore behind this. So the government wanted to investigate all of this. The R&D efforts, creation of advanced Reploids that use Force Metal. Oh, so was this what inspired the rebellion? Oh, Breath of Epsilon. So Force Metals amplified the intellect, but overamp could be a burden and lead to Maverick symptoms. But what does it mean to be Maverick? Does it just mean you go AWOL and go for power and just go kill people? Like, what is Maverick, Like, that was kind of like part of the story with, like, Epsilon. Like, only history tells who is Maverick or not. Like, basically being labeled Maverick is just being labeled on the wrong side of history instead of, like, being a objectively bad force on the world. So, like, Maverick, like, is it really a black and white term, or is this just a subjective term that people use to just label people to achieve their own agendas? Like, oh, these things are Mavericks. Like, we need to send our forces to combat these things and yada yada yada. Like, I don't know. So Epsilon's a rare success of Force Metal infused Reploids with boasting. Oh, that's why. See, is Uprising though. Declared himself commander, independent of Giga City, banished all The government is... Oh. So that's why I was complaining the whole entire time. Where are the humans? Because you can't have a world of machines without the actual humans to create the machines to begin with. So that's why I haven't seen a single human this entire game. Like, this could have been a really great plot point. Like, maybe you have, like, a set of humans, like an underground human, like, hiding place. Like people who didn't want to leave Giga City, but were like, they had to, like, be ran off from the island because of the rebellion from Epsilon, But, like, that could have been a plot point of its own. But instead, was it, like, part of, like, a design reason? Or, like, I feel like this is a cop-out. Like, there has been several points in the X games where you have human characters. The Dr. Light, Dr. Wily. Any other humans? Well, I don't know. Like, we only really know Dr. Light and Wily. I don't know about the rest of the cast. If we dive into Megaman 0, I guess we have, what's her name? Allele? No, what? Oh, CL, yeah, her name, yeah, her. Like, we have, like, CL and, like, a bunch of those other human guys, human troops from the Zero series. Although that's kind of like a separate timeline, I think. But, like, humans are present. Like, you think that, like, if Reploids would banish all people or all humans from the island, do you think that with, like, a purging or forced immigration kind of thing like this, you think that there'd be some people that would go into hiding, right? So then, you know, as you investigate like the bottom of the central tower or something where Reploids aren't likely to investigate, right? Then maybe instead of having the Ninetails clan, you could have had a more human. You could have had like a human underground. It's like, wait, humans? What are these guys doing here? And you know, you have your own like, oh, we're being suppressed by Epsilon is rebellion. We don't have a place anymore. Like, this is all we got. And the guys from the Resistance are like feeding us supplies, and you know, like they're helping us out, helping us get by. But you know, we need something to push away the rebellions so that like we can actually make ends meet, and you know, kind of get like a little flow, a supply flow going on through with the underground. You know, if that would have been the case. What was this task force? Task force. There was Red Eps. Oh yeah, this is when we were being sent to search Giga City. Oh yeah, wait, does this go into oh, this goes into the lore behind each of the places we went to. Interesting. So what is this? Lighthouse-shaped building in the center of the island. Reploid laboratory went berserk with when Epsilon went berserk. Ruins. These ruins are unknown to the main populace. Interesting. So this is a secret research and development center where they developed. Oh, that would explain the capsules, obviously. Okay. So the ground ruins was the original laboratory. How about Central Tower? Administrative sector. Humans once oversaw operations, but then after the uprising, Epsilon abandoned it, calling it a symbol of human arrogance. I guess I can see that because it was a huge human construct as they construct these facilities to create more. Wait, did they go into the whole yeah, trial models for force metal infused Reploids, and for whatever reasons why humans or the government called for that, I guess that makes sense because you are basically at the brains or epicenter of this so-called human arrogance, or because this is kind of where all the orders come through. Well, supposedly. Giana Camp. Yeah, this is just a mine. Revive nature using force metal? Wait. There were plans to revive nature using force metal, but of course not as ordinary plants, but as man-made mecha plants. I guess that makes sense because you can't use like some machine-like energy to recreate organic life, right? Maybe that could have been Pop One of its own if you want to really go into the science fantasy aspect, but I guess we're just sticking with sci-fi. Mecha plants produce oxygen through photosynthesis and absorb polluted air. Research was halted. Oh wait, was there anything I missed here? Oh, I did miss out something here. See, inside the drill was laborers POW camp. Oh, so they were also thinking about eco-friendly stuff to make sure pollution wasn't just getting everywhere. So like you had other places aside from like Lagrana Ruins and stuff, looking into the other useful nature or other useful aspects of force metal. Olfat Factory, Mechanaloid, Design Reploids for mining until the uprising until it switched to combat. The magma, or the drill is used to extract magma instead of force metal to power the factory. Oh, so they're using like massive steam power and heat to power the generation here? Let's see, give me all of mine, a pile of rocks, energy ore, the source power of Reploids themselves. But increase of force metal made this ore obsolete, and so the inside was turned into a force metal laboratory. Oh, So I guess because Force Metal made it obsolete, this place was abandoned, which Epsilon used to create a Force Metal laboratory for development of his own Super Force Metal, huh? Onovan Desert, plagued with sandstorms and tornadoes. Originally a dome-shaped plate designed to test the specifications of Reploids by putting them in various environmental conditions. However, when the environment control went berserk, it just turned to a barren desert. The surface is sand, underground was a test. Oh. So I guess like to continue building better Reploids, like I guess just in general, just to like figure out better designs for general, or maybe also combat Reploids, like how well can they fare in like a desert, snow, maybe forest environment, potentially underwater. Like I guess they're trying to like cover their bases on like, okay, so if we were here, will we survive this? Let's create a Reploid to move through this and see how the damage is, and so on and so forth. Interesting. So it's not just a blank desert, it's just a weather test facility that just went awry. Oh wait, my controller's doing that thing again. So the Melda ore plant, Force Metal mine in Giga City, is brought to this plant for refining. Oh, so that's where the temperature of the refinery itself is kept to absorb the heat given off in Force Metal. Oh, that would explain all of the mist or fog that we see from the walls all the time. Oh, that also partially explains why Duckbill Mole is fire element, because it is a really cold place. Although he was talking about his treasure. Although I don't know why I'm thinking that much into the lore of side boss. And what's this? So this sector is designed to test the abilities and durabilities of Reploids. Various scenarios of extreme heat, cold, and dry conditions. Heat, cold, and dry. Oh, we don't really see any of these heat, cold, or dry conditions because we teleport inside. So is this just supposed to be like some kind of training boot camp where you just have people train in adverse conditions to better themselves, study the extent of their bodies, and then say like, okay, like X set of Reploids can fare well as desert fighters, or we can have like a snow troop going on here. So Rebellion, Epsilon made this his headquarters. A rumor where a test plant prototype Reploids, many of who failed to make the grade, were destroyed. Ew. So you kind of had that thing going on, huh? Oh, cool. Oh yeah, we got a little posters here. So fearsome foe. Oh, so you get the whole like all the bosses kind of ganged up onto, huddled up into this little poster here with X just kind of standing there. Not really sure why X has to be there. The secret assembly. Oh yeah, like you get like the little silhouettes of everyone with like Epsilon. That's pretty cool. Prion invasion. And meet Marino. What was this? Jukebox? Watch video clip. Oh god, it's gonna be super slow. Jesus. Wait, what's this question mark one that I saw over here? Oh, you can access this? Wait, what? Oh no, not jukebox. Wait, what? Wait, wait. What? What? Wait, what did I miss? So space. Oh, wait, was this Ferrum? Wait, how am I missing this? Because you had Redips transform. You had, you know, this thing here, where he says, "Behold my true power! I shall claim the earth and the universe." That. Why isn't Ferrum's here? And then you have the ending. What? That's odd. I never noticed that you missed that. And then here we kind of have all these goodies here. So over here we kind of have like a list of our challenges that we've well, the game didn't really tell us, but there's like all these other like side objectives we could do just to get some good collectibles, like duckbill mole figures. We got like some cinnamon figures for using more FME music files. This you got cool yellow scarves and a bunch of other stuff. What, X Ninja version? And a lot of other challenges I did not get access to here. Let's see, battle data. Oh yeah, Zero is in a majority of our fights. Oh man, I love that X, Zero, and Massimo are all capped out on their max attacks. And let's see, defeated. Oh yeah, Spider is kind of obvious because he kind of left a little bit early. That and he was fairly useless overall. Final strikes. Yeah, like we didn't really use Axel that much, to be honest. Axel or Marino. Marino was mainly just my item steal bot. Although Cinnamon did have her use much later on. But for the most part, she was relatively useless because she didn't have the kitty gloves or super force medal at that time for a good couple of chapters. See, Zenny data. Man, you really don't get much money from deployments. Not worth doing. And what's this? Oh, I guess these are other items I could have gotten in terms of the treasures. But there's a lot of them that I didn't grab because I was full on my inventory. So for the sake of completion, I will assume that I have 100% of this. And then we get to customize here. So there's not real much in terms of customization here. It's like, hey, you get to change out X's scarf. I'm not sure how I feel about these other colors. I mean, I think I like the yellow scarf. This is pretty cool. Although it kind of clashes with the color scheme because you have like blue, red, some yellow or gold trim. Or I guess it goes with the gold trim, but I don't know, this looks a bit off. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the extras there. I know there's like extra figures I could have gotten and looked at, but I've been spending way too long going over the extras of this game. But I feel like this game, like, despite my qualms about the game's overall story and some aspects of the boss design and everything, like, I feel like like, after playing this game multiple times, several years ago, and replaying it now, like, I feel like I should give credit where credit's due with all this, like, extra stuff that kind of went into command mission and everything. Cause like, I guess like, I'm not sure how popular this game was, overall. I'm honestly not really sure, if it made that many great sales that would have justified making any more, like, command missions or anything. But regardless, I really think that, Capcom did a damn fine job of, well, just handling command mission. Like, obviously there are definitely a lot more rooms where things could be changed up or improved. Like, I think I talked about this way earlier back. The equipment system. I like the fact that there's a whole bunch of different weapons here, and if you look here, each weapon has their own little, you know, gimmick to them. So wait, let me reorganize this. Okay, so, you know, you have your Z-Saber series. So these are like your standard, like, multi-hit things that are general, all-around decent. And then you have something like the Ichimonji, which is your attacks are weaker, but, you know, you ignore armor, which is a massive bonus against, like, buff enemies. You have Soul Saber, which is its unique aspect, you know, like damage boost. You have your elements and stuff, which is kind of box standard when you compare other parties. But, you know, you had like other things that changes up like certain parts of like play styles or just overall power levels. The sub-weapon system I really like. Like you had, okay, like I guess as you progress later on to the game, these sub-weapons for extra damage, honestly, quite useless. Like, what really matters, like, I guess in terms of balance, they could have worked out, like, scaling power or better options. Because, honestly, who would ever want to use these, and waste precious weapon energy you can use for an action trigger? Or, like, waste, or, you know, just take up slots when you can use weapon energy for more utility-based stuff like this. Turbo Clocks. The main reason why I won the Ninetails fight was because I stacked extra turns onto 0, so I can actually, kill Ninetails. But yeah, as we go down here, like, there's not real much in terms of utility unless you do something like Massimo max health build with Vitality Missiles, but then again, if you do that, you only be doing 1,000 damage per strike. When... Actually, wait, 1,000 damage. Actually, that would be great damage per turn, considering Massimo only hits once. Actually, yeah, that would be actually decent. So, like, stuff like this would have been fine, but other weapons, they don't scale that well. But then you have, like, the more unique aspects of sub-weapons, like Heat Haze. You know, you get after images, augments your damage. And not only that, it also augments Zero's action triggers. So, so you either give up your Heat Haze for double or triple hits, or you use the extra weapon energy to just give yourself more time for actual inputs. And then you have other stuff like this with charges. So, you know, you can just like delay your turn for those big hits, which are really nice to pull off. And then you have like farming abilities, stuff like this to make sure that melee characters are actually relevant against airborne units, because trust me, trying to attack melee stuff or aerial stuff with melee is just impossible. And then you have stuff like this, generate your action triggers just like that, or maybe give yourself a free use of a sub weapon here, so you don't have to lose out on weapon energy for your next turn when you use an action trigger or something. Or maybe this when you play around with status ailments or status effects. But part of my gripe is that I kind of wish there was customizable body parts. like, I guess, like, in a way, like, in traditional RPG sense, you would have, like, you know, helmet, gauntlets, body armor, legs, shield. But I guess, like, they ignored that for the force metal system, which is why I kind of think that they didn't go the super traditional JRPG route and went with this system. But in all honesty, the equipment system, a traditional equipment system, could have been combined with something like this, but I guess they really wanted to play on the whole force metal aspect with augmentation, because, you know, what we unveiled in the force metal lore, like, it was talking about, like, oh, it amplifies Reploid powers and intellect, and I guess in a way, this does go fit with the force metal theme and how central force metals are with everything. Okay, I needed to take a drink. I've been talking for so long here. But yeah, maybe I don't know. I guess I understand why this is in place, but assuming that force metal wasn't like part of the equipment system, I really would have loved to see like additional equipment customization from swapping body parts. Cause look at this. So you have Reploids who are essentially, you know, robots who are built part by part. And so you would swap out these parts to, you know, either to fight other or put up other defensive stats or powers. But then maybe you can put in like, you know, passives on a lot of these different pieces. Like, oh, these leg parts make you fat, or not make you faster. These leg parts like have super powerful boosters on it for you to provide extra dodge chance, or maybe you can have like equipment sense. Like you know how in the previous Mega Man games, X from I guess like from the beginning of X when they had their ultimate armor, like you know how you had to gain your ultimate armor or armor sets if you go look at X5 and 6. Like, you get your armor pieces part by part. Legs, chest, arms, helmet. Like, you could have had cool equipment sets for a lot of these different characters here. Although, I guess, oh, wait. Okay, no, that might be a challenge. Because the more I think about it now, the more time and effort that would have been spent into making different models, and also thinking of different and unique designs for each of those, and also their impact on gameplay. So I guess it's understandable that why they wouldn't do a system like that, because imagine if you had swappable parts among like equipment set passives and other aspects of design. That would be hell to design. Oh my god, there's that beast lance. Like, I guess that would be hell to design now that I think about it, because you have to change up and add new models and see that they match up with every single character to make sure that things don't look really odd and there's a boob jiggle going on there again. Actually, let me check something. Oh yeah, double what unit does. Yeah, 250% power? Huh. But yeah, I guess that might have been a bit much now that I think about it. Because if you have swappable parts for every single thing here, yeah, okay, I guess that's understandable. But yeah, was that all I had to ramble on about? I don't want to unveil that. I'm kind of lazy. So yeah, like special stuff here. A lot of other figures I don't have here. I would assume that this is from the fact that I don't have the GBA connector for the treasure radar. So that's kind of whatever. But yeah, oh wait, completion's sake, I need to. Alright, who do I want to give this to? Let's give that to our good old buddy Axel. There we go. And build life energy, cinnamon. I think you deserve this. Weapon energy. Cinnamon? That's kind of whatever. We're like done with this game, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much about it. Man, I really extended the end of the stream a lot longer than I wanted to be just so I can ramble on about extras and my own. I guess it'd be more than 2 cents at this point, huh? I guess I put a whole $1's worth of info out there. But alright, I'll go stop the stream here. Just let me go close this. So, close that. Stop emulation. Move back. Maybe I should increase the size of this. Whoop. Okay, there we go. And alright. That will be about it for tonight. It is really late. It is almost 4 in the morning. I immediately regret my decision to go fight the Ninetails clan, as well as go into the extras, because you know, I kind of felt like I might have forced that a little bit too hard, but I don't know. I'd say it's worth it. I love this game to death, despite my little grievances with certain aspects of the game. But what's the sleep schedule? Pretty much. I'm gonna go put my controller down. There we go. But yeah, I checked my followers. No one's really streaming right now aside from the food channel, unless you guys want to check out the food channel. Megaman X Command Mission, love it to death, despite my nitpicks. But you know, I guess it kind of goes along with what other people say. Like, the more you love a game, the more aspects of the game that you end up criticizing because you want it to be better than what it is, in hopes of a, you know, future game. Because like, otherwise, if I never really liked this game, I would have just written it off and not really go into like hours upon hours of analysis and like suggestions and all that stuff. But yeah, I really love Command Mission. I don't, like, it just resonates with me in a really good way, with like how I just want to keep playing it and not mind the time I spent at all. So overall, I spent about, in terms of gameplay, from what I've seen in game time, like 38 hours worth. Assuming time lost from saves, I would say that's about 40 hours of total gameplay with Mega Man X Command Mission. So for a JRPG, that is pretty good length. Like, I'm not expecting Persona levels of crazy length, otherwise, oh boy, I think I go insane if I had to play a 100+ hour JRPG. Jesus. Not sure how I'd handle playing a Persona game to completion. Like, there's a reason why I picked up Persona 3 and 4, but never really finished them. Like, I got like, honestly, I didn't really get that far. I'd say I only got like 10 hours into each Persona game and not really did much beyond that. So 10 hours into a Persona game, that is barely anything, to be honest. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what else to add here, so I'm getting to the 8 hour mark right now. So I'm gonna go stop here for tonight. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks to anyone who came by to lurk, say hi, follow, bits, all that stuff. If anyone did give any of those. And yeah, good night everyone.